Hey guys, welcome to another driving test video. Now this video is going to be a very sad one, and I'm going to change the way I present this video to you because I want you to fully immerse yourself in this video. Help me find out if you can actually figure out where the serious fault has occurred, because I cannot get over this driving test fail, and you would understand later on when I explain what the serious fault is. But before we go into it, let's refer to the DVSA's faults explanation so that we can sort of see if we, understand what serious fault is. And on DVSA's explanation, a serious fault is any fault that can potentially become or lead to a dangerous fault. So something that you might do that potentially can cause danger, right? So keep that in mind, and we would refer back to this later on. Because the way some serious faults are leading to learners failing the driving test these days seem like we might have to do a little bit of reshuffle or some kind of a different category for some particular types of fault. So instead of 3 categories, we should have 4 categories of faults, because otherwise it starts to make the whole idea of serious fault lose its value. Now again, I would point and refer back to this later on again when we discuss the serious fault later, so you understand what I'm trying to say. Because some serious fault that I see makes me really confused and wonder if this is really fair. And sometimes it could even be signs on the road that can be misleading, that even experienced drivers make mistakes at this point, but yet learning drivers on their test gets failed for this situation. Because if you ask many drivers who have passed their driving test how they drive in an unfamiliar area, many would probably confirm that they miss a sign or floor marking, and some might even use a wrong lane when driving in unfamiliar area. And this would have happened to even the best of us during our driving experience at some point. So to the detail of this test, this was a driving test at Wood Green Driving Test Center on Wednesday, the 15th of October 2025. The time for this test is 9:27 a.m. in the morning. The faults on this test are 2 minor faults or 2 driving faults and 1 serious fault. So the serious fault is for response to traffic signs, while the driving fault is 1 for control steering and the other was for vehicle check. So I would literally count this as just 1 driving fault on this test, because the vehicle check was just not being able to answer that question during that driving. So that wasn't like a genuine driving fault. So would say it is 1 driving fault and 1 serious fault on this test. So let's continue. Enjoy the video and let us pay attention and see how the driving goes. See if you can figure out anywhere in this video, if you can pick out where the serious fault occurred. If you think you find it, leave a comment below now or when you think you found one, so that we'll see who finds that fault before you get to the point where I actually talk about the driving fault, or the serious fault, and take us back to it. So let us really see if it is that easy. See how many people would even do this without realizing it, because this is the whole idea I'm trying to draw your attention to on this particular driving test, because I guarantee you many would do the same thing without even knowing it. Now the funny thing is, I showed that particular section of the video to a couple of colleagues, and at first glance many did not even see that as a serious fault, until I mentioned that the learner failed the driving test at that point for response to traffic signs. But the point is, at first glance most didn't actually see that coming. So Show this to your mom, show to your dad, show to your friends, families, uncles, aunties, and let's see how many drivers or how many experienced drivers would have done the same thing, or at least how many would even realize that there was a serious fault at that point. So let's keep watching. So while pulling up on the left here, the learner gets the first driving fault for control steering, because if you look here, it looks to me like the driver went slightly over that dropped curb to pull up, and because of that he gets the one driving fault for control steering.
your tower fall. Every brick and every wall, all of your defenses gone. At the end, just holding on. Baby, it's what I do. Baby, it's all so cruel. But you won't ever be alone. I can get a little angry, be a little dangerous. No matter what, I do it all again for us. I can be the one who breaks you, be the one who builds you up. You'd be surprised how many lines I'd cross, how many lines I'd cross for love. How many tears, how many lies, how many sleepless nights. I can get a little angry, be a little dangerous. No matter what, I do it all again for us. I can be the one who breaks you, be the one who builds you up. You'd be surprised how many lines I'd cross, how many lines I'd cross for love. How many lines I'd cross for love. How many lines I'd cross for love.
So, if at this point you haven't seen the series fault yet, and you're still looking for the series fault or where the series fault occurred, then that means that you have also missed the series fault. So the series fault actually happened in the first 3 minutes of this driving test video that you're watching. And the next clip you're going to see now, I'm going to take us back to the moment where and when the learner failed this driving test. And this is so sad that it is heartbreaking. Now, doing this video for me felt like a funeral because I just still cannot get over it, because I felt like, you know, how I wish we could turn back the hands of time and correct that that error. Or if only the examiner could just forgive this fault and mark this as a minor fault, which I believe most of you would probably agree with me. So let's go back to it. So the fact is that the learner driver actually failed the driving test just over a minute from when he exited the car park. So you probably remember this point of the video at the beginning. Now, ahead at the traffic light or after the traffic light, the learner has been instructed to turn left into Eldon Road. Now, we have a bus lane on the left here, so the learner continues to approach that traffic light. But at the point here where the thick white line stops and the zigzag starts, the learner changes into the left, but then you have the bus lane sign here where the zigzag actually starts. And this is where the confusion is, because this means that the bus lane actually doesn't end at the point where the zigzag starts, even though the thick white line has actually ended briefly, but yet the bus lane apparently continues through that junction. And then you have a new bus lane sign just where the thick white line starts again. So please, if you have a situation like this on your route, please make sure get past the light just at the beginning of that zigzag after the traffic light here. That would be the best place to take your turn, or at least start moving to the left. So, the examiner gave the learner a serious fault for response to traffic signs and said he entered into the bus lane too early for that left turn. And that was exactly what the examiner said during the debrief. And this brings me to the second part where I feel like if this is actually a little bit unfair to that learner. Now, normally examiners would not allow you go into the bus lane if the bus lane is in operation at the time of your test. But in this case, the learner has gone into that bus lane supposedly to take that left turn, and in actual fact didn't have to drive long enough in that bus lane to get a bus lane ticket, because hey, I'm still waiting for that ticket if that was the case, right? But in terms of the test, the learner driver has actually driven short enough on that to fail the driving test. Now the question is that should this be regarded as a serious fault when the lane change has actually been done safely? So mirrors has been checked correctly, signal done correctly, and the only error there was the fact that that learner driver went into that lane earlier than expected. Meanwhile, many drivers on the road on a daily basis would do that same exact thing but not even get a bus lane ticket. So, how do we fail someone on the driving test for a fault that almost is not a fault if outside of the driving test, and yet you don't even get a bus lane fine? And even if eventually you do enter a bus lane during its hour of operation as a driver, you get an £80 fine if paid within the first 14 days or 14 working days, and £160 if paid later than that. But on the other hand, a learner driver on their test gets denied their driving license for just that same reason only. And this is where we've got to have another look if this is really fair on learner drivers. So I do believe that to be fair on learner drivers, the rule needs to change. And what should happen is that learner drivers should be given equal punishment just as every other driver, rather than a more severe punishment, which leads to failing their driving test. So what should happen here is that for every learner driver on their driving test who uses a bus lane during its hour of operation should get a minor fault for that decision, and also required to pay the fine before their driving license is actually issued. And this same thing would also be applicable to yellow box junctions as well. So this is my own idea and my own suggestion and recommendation to this problem. So I would like to hear from you in the comment section below what you think about my idea, or if you have any other idea, then leave it in the comment section below, because I really feel like this needs to change and it's getting too unfair for learner drivers failing their driving test after waiting 6 months, 5 months, some people longer than that, because some people actually have their theory test expired. Why waiting for all these things, and you have to do it all over again only to come and fail for something that a normal driver just gets a slap on the wrist for, so in a fine of just £80? Don't you think you would like to see that change? Maybe we can actually get this to the parliament, see if we can get a petition going on this case. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is really how this test went, and the learner driver sadly is now back looking for another driving test, which God knows when he'd find another one. So it's very sad for a very, very good driver who ends up in this very subjective situation, because I believe that he could have come out with a different outcome with a different examiner. But this is what it is. We move, we move, and we hope for a better outcome next time. That's really all it is. But sadly as it is, this was the outcome for this driving test. So, one driving fault and one controversial serious fault. So please don't forget, if you have found this video very helpful, useful, or at least entertaining, please don't forget, hit the like button, share this video to friends and family. In fact, if you have never shared any video before and you've been watching, I believe that you would agree that this one deserves to reach many more people, not just learner drivers, but just to see the opinion of other drivers on the road as to what they think about this particular serious fault here. Is this what we should call a serious fault? Genuinely, do you feel that is fair on learner drivers? If learner drivers are failing for such a driving fault like this, where everyone else just gets an £80 fine.
Beneath the stars, beneath the skies, in darkest darkness or brightest light, I'm calling out for you. I'm calling out for you. Within the storm, within the fire, when I feel hopeless, you're by my side. So I'm calling out for you. I'm calling out for you. Start to come undone, and there's no one there to see me through. When all my strength has been overcome, and there's nothing left for me to do but tell the truth. I'm calling out for you. Strong when I am weak. If I feel forgotten, you remember me. I'm calling out for you. I'm calling out for you. When I am empty and all dried up, when I feel lonely and I'm not enough, I'm calling out for you. I'm calling out. When all my plans start to come undone, and there's no one there to see me through. When all my strength has been overcome, and there's nothing left for me to do but tell the truth. I'm calling out for you. Throughout the day, throughout the years, in all my sorrow and in all my fears, I'm calling out for you. I'm calling out for you. I'm calling out.
to see you crying on your pillow. Never wanted you to feel like I'm not there. But I know that in this life you will have trouble. I just wanna let you know that I'm still writing you new love letters. You see how I take care of the sparrow. I do it all for you to prove I gotcha. You see how I'm still painting the rainbow. So don't let go of me. Drawing close all out desperately when you need me the most. I am God, I'm your rock. Don't let go. Keep holding on. No, I don't give my hardest battles to my strongest soldiers. Never ever was it your cross to bear. Let me fight your battle. I'm the only one who's better than you know yourself. Don't let go of me. Drawing close all out desperately when you need me the most. I am God, I'm your rock. Don't let go. Keep holding on to me. Drawing close all out desperately when you need me the most. I am God, I'm your rock. Don't let go. Keep holding on. Seek my face while I hold your hand. Unchanging faith. You can trust my plan. Seek my face while I hold your hand. Unchanging faith. Can trust my plan. I'm still. Don't let go of me. Drawing close all out desperately when you need me the most. I am God, I'm your rock. Don't let go. Keep holding on to me. New love letters when you need me the most. I'm still writing new love letters. Oh. It's so unnecessary dwelling about the past. 'Cause I know that God is good, He led me to where I'm at. Sometimes I feel like giving up, you're giving in. But everything happens for a reason. It won't always be blue skies ahead. Sometimes you might need a helping hand. Just like iron sharpens iron, making me stronger, calling me higher. When we come together, just like iron sharpens iron, making us stronger, calling us higher. When we're helping each other, we're growing together. It's so unnecessary worrying about life. I might not have it all, but I know I'll be alright.
to share.